I went to the men's conference, and to be honest with you, I really wasn't looking forward to it. But my first night there, I felt really awkward, really weird, out of place. I felt alone, I felt lost. And I got about 2 hours of sleep that night. When Jason snoring
That was comfortable.
Saturday morning, went to the workshop, and I still felt lost. We had, I don't know, 8 or 9 workshops we could pick from, and I looked at every single one. I go, wow, I have a problem everywhere. And Rob was walking through the hallway, and Rob was like, well, just look at it. Whatever your heart feels, just go. And I saw prayer life, and there it was, door to it, and walked straight into it. Not knowing anybody in there, not knowing who went in there. I sat down in the corner, the only chair left next to the door. And I seen Jason in there. Okay. So I was going to learn how to pray, because I don't know how to pray. I never know how to pray this until I met Morgan. And we went to prayer, and I opened my arms, I lifted them, and I asked God to put my life. Yeah. Prayer, I had my arms up and I was praying with everybody, and I believe it was a pastor came and walked right up by me, and he stopped right there and he touched me, and he knew I was lost and I needed help. And at that moment he grabbed me, picked me up, and asked me my name, how old I was, if I had been saved. And I'll tell you, that moment right there, I was saved. He asked me if I had a Bible. I said no. Now within 2 seconds, there was a Bible right here in my face. So they brought an extra one. So you should have been there. All the men in this room should have been there. It was an amazing experience. Definitely watching Jason play linebacker to the room to get to me. It was awesome. I'm going to read a script. Ephesians 2:1-5. As for you were dead in your wickedness and sins, in which you used to live, when you followed the ways of this world and of the ruler of the kingdom of the air, the Spirit who is now at work in those who are disobedient. All of us also lived among them at one time, gratifying the craving of our flesh and following its desires and thoughts. Like the rest, we were by nature deserving of wrath. But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us all alive with Christ even when we were dead in wickedness. It's by grace you have been saved.
I went in there with Ricky. I don't think he made it this morning. He went to Lowell when we got back. Thought we were the only two in there, and I heard, we're praising God, we got our hands up, we're all praying and speaking in tongues, and the whole room's going nuts. They were 3 rooms down, and I heard him, Pastor Keith was doing a sinner's prayer with somebody, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome, you know. He announces this guy just gave his life to Christ, and I turned around and I almost passed out. I was like, I told that young lady over there to never give up. Right here, living proof that God works. There's no denying it, none. Because I know he wanted to go home Friday night. There's no doubt in my mind. I was pretty tired too, but you know what? Somebody that wasn't a believer, go to something like that and literally sit there for 4 hours or maybe 5, and you're watching a guy take a towel, wave it at people, and they're falling out in the spirit, blowing on them and they're falling down. It was awesome. You had to be there. He was like, it's time for me to go to the bathroom. So that day though, you know, when that happened, that was worth my entire weekend. Even if I wouldn't have taken anything away from it, which I did, just seeing him give his heart to Christ and being there, being able to witness it, made my weekend. He's a great guy. He's going to be a mighty man of God. He already is a mighty man of God. I don't really have a scripture. Jeremiah 29:11 is the only thing that keeps going on my mind this morning. I was told I was drunk twice this weekend. I looked at this pastor and I'm like, dude, I'm not drinking. So I had to ask pastor, I'm like, oh, what does that mean? The dude said that God was shining all around me so bright. And I mean, I even did one of these. You talking to me? And he said, you, come here. And I mean, you look around and there's Joe laying on the ground back here. I had just gotten up off the ground. It was, I don't know, the guy, he gave me confirmation for some things I've been seeking. He told me what I did for a living before I ever told him. And it blew my mind. You know, he said, you're going to move people. You're not moving dirt no more. You're not going to move dirt. You're going to move people for Christ. And you know, that's powerful. That's powerful for me. And I mean, that's the biggest thing I took away from it. That I love my wife and my kids. Like Stephen, I can't come close to what he said because it's all true. Don't pay attention here. But, you know, Stephen said it all. I would have to apologize to my kids. Tyler, Preston's here from Texas. Gabe's probably running around somewhere. And my wife, though, because, like Stephen was saying, I've been focusing on everything else so hard. Chasing God, actually, so hard that I neglected my family. And I wish to God that I could have been here for this message that I missed last Wednesday. But I was doing what I felt God wanted me to do. And because I feel like I missed something because everybody was so fired up just from Wednesday night. And it carried over to this weekend. And I mean, when Chad got up there to speak to everybody, and he used some of that, guys were standing up all over the place, screaming and hooting and hollering for what Chad had just said. And Rob's a big influence, whether he realizes it or not. It's a huge influence in my life.
That's right.
It helps me through every day with these little scriptures I get. You know, it might be 4 o'clock in the morning, it might be 8 o'clock. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Those scriptures keep you going every day.
Amen.
But Father, I give you praise and glory this morning, Lord, first and foremost, for Mike. God, you knew this was going to happen, Lord. You told me a month ago not to give up on this guy. You told Stephen, you told a lot of people here, Lord, don't give up on him. Man up, step up. That's what we needed to do, God. That's what we did this weekend. That's what we need to continue to do. We need to be the leaders that our families need us to be, that this church wants us to be. Like Rob said, no more sitting on the sidelines, God. We don't step out, get in the game. Lord, it's just glorious to be able to do your work every day, God. Just be with us all. Lead us in the direction you want us to go, and you know that we're going to go.